Welcome, Mompreneurs. I am Rashida Green, founder and CEO of Get Right Coaching, the host of this wonderful Mompreneur HQ community, and the creator of the Digimompreneur Academy. And I am thrilled to have you here today as we explore the crucial steps to building a strong brand identity for your coaching business. As mom entrepreneurs, we know how important it is to stand out in a crowded market. So, your brand is more than just your logo. We know that. It's the story you tell, the experience you create, and the promise you make to your clients. We're going to dive into today of how you can craft a unique and compelling brand identity. In today's episode, Stand Out, crafting a unique and impactful coaching business identity. All right, if you are joining us live, make sure that you put hashtag live in the comments below and tell us where you are tuning in from. Last we were able to get some comments previously where people were coming in from Jamaica. So I want to make sure that we know where you all are watching us from. So make sure you put where you from. You know you gotta rep your city. Come on, drop it in the comments. All right, so if you haven't already, go ahead and get your pencil, paper, or the digital device so that you can take some copious notes on how we're going to drop this information on today on branding. I mean, we're not going deep, but we are going to give you some tips and strategies to help you to be able to move forward with your business. And if you've been following this series in our coaching series, then you know that this is just another stepping stone towards you actually launching your coaching business. So, feel free to drop your aha moments in the comments. If there's something that you really want that really resonates with you, go ahead and say something in the comments so that we know that what we're talking about in the community is actually helpful and useful to you. If you have any questions, again, that comment field below, that's where you drop those questions and we will go ahead and get to them. Likely not during the show, but we'll definitely get to your questions. All right, so we're talking about crafting a unique identity for your coaching business. Well, first, we want to start with defining your brand identity. Your brand identity is the visual and emotional representation of your business. It's what makes you recognizable and memorable to your audience. So, if I was to throw up the golden arches, everybody pretty much knows that is McDonald's, right? And then, depending on what it is, the C, the MK, the little looks like a burger with a hat. Man, that might be a little that might be a stretch, but that's Arby's for those who are in the South. But anyway, so it's all about brand recognition and identity. And so if your brand is so set apart, so different from everyone else, it's going to make it easier for you to be recognized. But how do you get there? Well, by you have to clarify your vision and your mission. You want to start by defining what your coaching business stands for and what are your core values, vision, and mission. How do you want to impact your clients' lives? So, one example would be if your mission is to empower mom entrepreneurs to achieve work life harmony, your brand should reflect that supportive and empowering message, right? So here at the Mompreneur HQ, that is exactly our audience. And we want to empower you to be able to start your coaching business or whatever online business that you would like to begin. Now, when I say online, I just mean not a brick and mortar, right? You could be starting a multi-level marketing MLM business. I don't necessarily know. It can be something that is online only. A lot of them actually have transitioned to that where your products are shipped to you directly from from the online website versus someone coming to the door to deliver your products. But, that's still an online business. I prefer digital product businesses where, you just build it once and just keep selling the same thing over. Or in this case, we're talking about a coaching business. It is something that it does not require brick and mortar. You still get to do all your business online, like Zoom meetings instead of in person inside of an office. So there's plenty of opportunity for you to build an online business. And you want to be able to express what your vision, mission, and values are through your business. And when you establish that up front, it helps you to build out the rest of your brand. So when I say build out the rest of your brand, what is your unique selling proposition? That's your USP. Well, in order to find that out, you have to determine what sets you apart from the other coaches. What unique skills, experiences, or perspectives do you bring to the table, right? So, it could be that there are plenty of coaches who coach moms to become entrepreneurs. But what sets one mompreneur coach apart from another? That one mom, that coach might be a full-time trying to do a business as well. That might be their unique selling proposition, that they've been able to work full-time and start a coaching business simultaneously. Or that this mom who started a business actually has ADHD and her child has ADHD. So, trying to manage that diagnosis and also the regular work schedule of a mom entrepreneur, of a mom, right? To be able to juggle all the different tasks and kind of manage all that, knowing that there may be some squirrel activity going on. There may be some other things that's clouding the mind and distracting the mom. And so now figured out a way to manage all of that, and she can coach her clients to do that, who may also be experiencing ADHD, to be able to still build businesses with ADHD, right? So these are things that are separate and apart, the things that set you apart from other coaches, and even in the style of your coaching, right? Some people might say, I deliver solely via Zoom. And you might say, no, I'm a Voxer coach so that you can have access to me at any time, right? These are all unique selling propositions that establish you and your brand by making sure that you have a unique selling proposition, something that's going to set you apart from everyone else. Now, our next thing is going to be designing a professional logo. Now, I did mention in the intro that a brand is not just a logo, but we did mention also that if you can create that easily identifiable and recognizable logo, then you've locked in an audience, right? So your logo is often the first thing that people notice about your brand, and it should be something that's simple, memorable, and reflective of your brand's personality. So if you want Oh, I'm just going to throw out there. If you're a vibrant company and you're all about life and creativity, your brand's colors may be hot pink and neon green, right? And then and maybe even royal blue. And then your actual logo or icon that you use to express your logo might be shooting stars or a paintbrush, that whimsically designing something creative, that would become your logo. But I might not be saying it or expressing exactly how it should work, but I know you know what I'm talking about because you're a mom entrepreneur. So that just basically gives you an idea of what I'm saying. You wanted to cater, if you're talking creativity and you're talking life and vibrancy, not having the pink fuchsia or hot pink and neon green and royal blue as your color palette, it it would almost be expected, right? So if you were talking vibrancy and you came out with tan and beige or off-white, it'd be like, that's a mismatch, isn't it? Right? It's not going to give off what it is that you're expecting people to receive. So that's something to consider. Color palettes and things like that is something to consider. Animals, shapes, all of these things go into creating a logo. It's really not just picking something. Now, unless you just decide, I want to just use my initials, but even with that, you can still be creative with your initials. Some people change, like a G for green in this case could potentially be a half moon with some keys hanging off of it or something to make the shape, right? So you can still be creative even with just using your initials or your name as your professional logo. But typically, Canva and all these other design platforms will allow you to create your own. You just have to look at the licensing agreements to make sure that you're not overstepping any boundaries. If you plan on using it as a professional logo, there may be some restrictions there. So you want to just make sure that you're using that you're reading the fine print. Now, or you could just go ahead and hire a professional designer if possible. You invest in a professional graphic designer to create a high quality logo, or you can use websites like Fiverr or Upwork that can connect you with talented designers, or you could use my designer, my Sister Keeper, which has been renamed. I'll get back to you on that. But my Sister Keeper is a design company that also has done my designs. What do I have? Business cards. They do logos. They do sites. So, you can always, I'm just dropping that in there, ps.com. Yeah, go ahead. So you can always, choose to hire a professional designer to create your logo, because you want your logo to incorporate elements like your brand colors, your fonts, and any symbols that you think may represent your business. Of course, the DIY option I mentioned, Canva. There's also Lookup. You can design your own. And then these platforms, they offer you templates that you can just customize for yourself. But you definitely want to choose something that's simple, that represents coaching and motherhood in my case. I'm giving you examples of mine, such as a hard or a guided hand, and pair it with clean, readable text. Now, some of these texts, y'all, these fonts, they get so fancy by the day. If you was to just Google fonts or go into something like Creative Fabrica or Design Bundles, these things have fonts galore that you can purchase and upload into your platform like Canva and use them with your business. But I'm telling you, be careful, because some of them are so fancy that they're illegible. And you don't want an illegible logo, because then people would spend all day squinting to read your logo and then either give up or forget it altogether. So you want to make sure that you have readable text when you choose your font. Now we're moving on to number 3. This is where we're talking about building a website. I tell you all the time, you don't necessarily need a website to run a coaching business. It's a nice to have. Some would say a must have, because if you want to have a professional look, if you want to be able to use search engine optimization, if you want to be able to gain traffic from other places, from other people, if you have an affiliate relationship, they want to make sure that you're a legitimate business before they start promoting your products. So I think that it's something that you definitely should have. Some would argue it's a nice to have. You don't have to start your business. And I say that, and it sounds confusing, but I say that because I don't want it to be a hang up. I don't want you to say, I can't start my business because I don't have a website. There are plenty of people in this world who are making money, 6 figures and beyond, without a website. So don't say that you don't want to start your business because you don't have a website. Go ahead and get started. The website will come, because you're going to get started with sales in your business that are going to get the income coming in. And once you have that recurring income, you can then build on your website that is going to bring you more traffic that you didn't expect, that you would not have been able to receive had you not had one. So always consider building a professional website, because it is essential to establishing credibility and providing potential clients with information about your services. So you don't have to always send out all these emails and these notices. Hey, go to my web. Here's my information. Here's my sale. Here's what I'm promoting. You can just send them to your website and they'll get all the information that they need, right? One link versus a bunch of different links and communications about where to find your stuff, right? So one of the things that you can do, that you'll need to consider when building a website, is choosing a website builder. Now you can use platforms like WordPress, which I have used, and then you have options like Wix, which is, as I mentioned, my designer, Nadia, she actually uses Wix and builds. So if you're interested, certainly you can tag her or comment website in the comment field and we can connect you. And then there's also companies like Squarespace to create your website. Easy peasy. They come already preloaded, and it's just drag and drop, some of them. And then others are more complicated, like WordPress, where you have to get all these, where you have to look for, what do I want to say, plugins to be able to make sure that all of your website works and is connected. And then you have platforms like my platform coming up for coaches, which is the Coaching Accelerator platform, which allows you to be able to build your website, email marketing, content marketing, social media marketing, all of that, all in one platform. So if you're interested in something like an all-in-one platform where you can get all of these products and services that you need to build your business in one spot for a reasonable monthly cost, monthly investment, then go ahead and we'll put the link in the comment field so that you can sign up for the wait list for this program. All right, I'm not going to talk no more about that at this moment. I'll save that to the end. But these tools basically offer you, like I said, drag and drop functionality, making it really easy for the DIYer to set up their sites without having too much of technical skills under their belt. So one of the things that you can do is select a template that reflects your brand's aesthetic. Then they have templates on these sites, and customize it with your logo, the one that you created either in Canva or that you hired a professional designer to create, and then just fancy it up with your brand colors and your fonts, and boom, you have a website. Now, when we're talking a website, sure, you can just have a landing page or a website that just has your basic information, but there are some pages that you really should consider for your website that is going to make it easy to navigate and informative so that people can find you, find your products, and know how to get in touch with you when necessary. And one of the essential pages and what the essential pages are, they ensure your website includes key pages, and those are home, about, services, blog, and contact. Home, about, services. These pages should clearly communicate who you are, what you offer, and how clients can get in touch with you. So, for example, your about page should tell your story, highlighting your experience and person and passion for coaching. Now, I will add this caveat that even though this about page is about you really want to use copywriting or language that speaks to how what you have and what you bring to the table is going to benefit them, the reader, the potential client. So, not I don't want to get into a copywriting lesson, but if you're constantly saying it's time to step away from the material, walk away, come back as a customer and see how that sounds, and read that over and see how that sounds. Because even though it's your about page, it's not necessarily about me. It's about how I can help you. I like that. That's what it is. How I can help you. That's my about page. I am a business coach who help moms, but I can help moms to start online businesses so that they can build the dream of their lives, the dreams that they've had over numerous years of starting a business. They never got around to it. And so when we're speaking on our about page, we're speaking to those things, about those emotions, those dreams that people may have had that have gone by the wayside, and what you do. Remember your unique selling proposition, what you do and how you do it can help benefit them. So remember, look at that, I threw that in there for free. We wasn't even talking about that, but when you're doing your about page, those are things to consider. You're telling a story, but the story is for the benefit of the reader. So you also want to have the services page. This should detail the coaching package you offer, along with testimonials from satisfied clients. Okay, so those are some important pages that you might want to definitely. Those are some important pages that you want to have on your website. And then our final point, social media platform, establishing a social media presence. There are people out there who make plenty of money without having a social media presence. So again, it depends on the business, the entity, the niche, the audience. There are a whole bunch of factors, but we're talking about online businesses, and online includes social media presence, or in this case, a service-based business that does not need a brick and mortar store to work out of. We're doing this all digitally and online. And so social media presence can be very crucial and beneficial, right? These platforms are powerful tools to help you build your brand and engage with your audience. If you have no audience, who are you speaking to? If you're not speaking to anybody, right? If you're not on social media, how are you getting your clients? Is that just by word of mouth? That's very limiting. But there are people again who are successful in that, who don't even have to open up their books because the word of mouth business is just booming, right? So I'm not saying that, again, everything is, it just depends. So, sometimes it sounds like I'm giving conflicting information. I'm not. It's just that it really does depend on the business, the industry, the coach, all of that. So I'm giving you both sides is basically what's happening. There are people who succeed without social media, but then there's also the necessity of social media to be able to get your name and your face and your business out there to build your brand. You want to make sure that you're choosing the right platforms, right? Because if your audience is on TikTok and you're on Facebook, you may be missing out on potential clientele because you're not in the right place. We want you to focus on the platforms where your target audience is most active. And for many mom entrepreneurs, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn are effective choices. And if your target audience is like mine, busy moms, then Instagram can be a great platform for sharing quick tips, behind the scene glimpses, and motivational. Now, the thing with social media though, you need to create consistent content. You want to develop a content strategy that aligns with your brand identity and provides value to your audience. Consistency is key to building a strong online presence. And when you're establishing that presence, you want to plan a mix of content types, such as blog posts, videos, infographics, and client testimonials. You can use a content calendar to schedule your posts and ensure regular updates. Hey, in the Mompreneur HQ community, we are actually giving you 366 days of content for free, right? All you have to do is click on the link. I think it's still up there, but we have a link on in our Facebook group that allows you to sign up for and download the free 366 day social media calendar, where we give you not only suggestive posts, but we also share with you hashtags, call to actions that you can put in your captions. We give you captions. We give you social media graphics that you can actually use in connection with the social media posts that we provide. We give you holidays, and that's for both US and UK. So it's definitely something that you can use, and it's at no cost to you. If all you got to do is sign up, give us your email, and we will shoot it over to you. All right. So make sure you look for the link somewhere within the community. If you are not in the community, meaning you are watching from our Facebook business page or from YouTube, then feel free to join us and click on the link somewhere where it says Facebook. Click on the Facebook link, join the Facebook group, and we will be glad to welcome you into the community. And you can get all the other free stuff in the community as well. All right. Another thing you want to do when it comes to social media is that you want to engage with your audience, right? Respond to the comments. Don't leave them hanging. Respond to the comments. Send messages to your audience and do mentions to build relationships and foster a sense of community around your brand. Excuse me. Right? Because they're people, and they're people too. And everyone likes to be able to have a comment. I'm not going to say everyone because we got some introverts, but people like to be able to communicate, engage, get to learn about one another, networking, co-working, all of that good stuff. You want to engage with your audience, and that really does build up the community, the Facebook group community, and allow people an opportunity to ask questions and really get to and give answers, so that people get to know what each other's businesses are and get the help that they need within the group. You can always host live Q&As in your communities, because I'm not sure whatever social platform you decide to use, you can host Q&A sessions, Instagram, on Facebook and Instagram, or you could just directly interact with any questions that people have in the comments and do that in real time. That is awesome. You want to be able to build a strong brand identity. And it is so essential for setting your coaching business apart and attracting clients, your ideal clients. And by defining your brand, designing a professional logo, creating a user friendly website, and establishing a vibrant social media presence, you can create a memorable and impactful brand. I am losing my voice as I am talking to you, but I'm hoping that it's not interfering with how you're receiving today's message, because we want you to stand out. And we're talking about crafting a unique and impactful coaching business identity. We want you to be able to be recognizable, have a logo that is memorable, and be able to reach your ideal client through the 4 points that I have shared with you today. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. And if you're ready to take your coaching business to the next level, start building your brand identity today. You can sign up for the wait list of our newest program designed to take your coaching business from idea to launch in 90 days. The link will be provided somewhere in the comments below, and it is called the Digimompreneur Coach Accelerator. And we really are excited about it. And we are just building this thing up. We are adding in some courses. We're trying to get together the itinerary of things that we're going to do over the course of this membership. But we are excited about opening our doors soon to those of you who are interested in starting or growing or scaling your coaching business using an all-in-one platform that allows you to be able to handle all of your systems and your clients at the same time with less headache and more cost efficient than having 7 different systems going that you have to kind of DIY together and plug them up and tape them around. So we're just glad to be able to come up with this offer, and we're looking forward to sharing with you soon. So remember, your brand is the heart of your business. Make it unique, make it authentic, and it has to be unforgettable. So let's create something amazing together with the Digimompreneur Coach Accelerator. Until next time.